Well,
Christmas
good
festival.
evening
Holiday
and
Christmas
welcome to What's New. And tonight we have two guests. And Iris, would you, and you know what, before we even start, I wanted to say, last time we were on, we had phone calls and phone calls.
Yes, so do
Now
that
this
tonight.
year, this night, we would like to see the phone ring like it did on Halloween. So, Iris, would you like to introduce our guest?
Yes. Tonight we have Annette Roth with the Christmas Holiday Christmas Festival, and also Jeff McCarty with the Shop for the Cop. And Annette is going to tell us what's going to be happening this weekend of December the 1st and 2nd during the holiday festival. So, Annette, you can kind of clue us in, and we'll jump in and ask questions or whatever.
Well, we have some major highlights this year. We've added some things. On Friday night, November 30th, we are adding a variety show. It will be the first annual variety show performed at the new Performing Arts Center at St. Genevieve High School in the magnificent new auditorium. Being highlighted there will be the award-winning Expressions Dance School, the national champion gymnastics school, Flipside, Mary Lou Cook as coach, and the show choir. And it's going to be hosted by Frank Rolfe, and Al Kaiser will be playing the piano in the background. And it's going to be hopefully a command performance. That is the goal.
What time does it start?
It's 6:30 to 7:30.
Oh, we could go.
Yeah, we can.
Again, as in the spirit of Christmas, it is free. However, we will accept donations.
Okay.
Okay, and that is the only thing that we are accepting donations on. So I thought you to know, everything else is always free. Okay.
And there's no tickets? People just walk in?
No, you walk in, and it's when the last seat is filled, they shut the doors.
Oh, okay.
But it's going to be a command performance. My daughter comes home, her feet are bleeding from dancing so hard.
Oh, okay.
And it will be spectacular. That's the goal.
Oh, my gosh. Well, that's great. That's a good addition.
A good addition. We will have, again, our first woman Grand Marshal, Shelley Jokerst, who's the new superintendent of schools at the new, well, along with the Performing Arts Center at St. John's School District. She is the superintendent of schools. That will be our first woman Grand Marshal. And we have also an added first. Gail Langdon is the first American Legion commander here in St. Genevieve, in the history of St. Genevieve, and she will also be in the parade this year. So we have a progression going with women now, and that is good.
That is good.
Go
Girl
women.
power. Girl power.
Other highlights in the weekend, though, we will have Pamela Branson, who is with the National Flute Association, and she is an amazingly brilliant and gifted artist. She will do a flute concert Saturday afternoon at the Welcome Center. We have the string quartet from Southern Illinois University in Carbondale again this year, and we are so fortunate to have them. And if you go to that concert, you will feel like you're in Germany, maybe Berlin,
And when is that, on Saturday?
Saturday afternoon. We have two concerts, one at 1 and one at 2. The renowned Voices Only from Lindenwood will be here again this year at the Catholic Church. Two concerts at 1 and 2. We'll have a jazz trio, the Eddie Buchanan and Company Jazz Trio at the Presbyterian Church at 1 and 2, and the Elaine Viox Old Time Country Western Band over at the Remnant Church. Stormy Bennett, Chief Bennett's father, is going to be an added addition this year. He'll be at 3 o'clock over at the Oris, and he does acoustic guitar, and I've listened to his CD, and he is really an amazingly gifted artist, so I would highly recommend popping in just to maybe have a glass of wine in the afternoon or something. We have a new banjo player I found on the streets over at the Judith.
Oh, my gosh.
Mr. Lewis is his name, and he's a very gifted young man. And I actually think his gift comes from heaven. And he will.
Is he from here or
from here? Oh, and he is going to be doing Cajun bluegrass banjo music, both at the Big Field at 6 to 9 Saturday night, and he will also be performing from about 12:30 to 2:30 right after the parade under the Grape Harbor. They're going to be serving hot mulled wine at the St. Genevieve Winery. So that's an added addition this year also.
Wow.
And we also, again, have the free horse and carriage rides. photos with Santa. Kids under 12 get hot dogs for free. We try to make it an event that everyone can attend, so price should be no object if it's free.
Right.
And so,
And like Mary Ann always says, there's always something to do in St. Genevieve.
there is, and
So-
this weekend especially, the Remnant Church on Sunday, we have several opportunities on Sunday. If you can't make it Saturday for some reason or other, the Remnant Church has their contemporary gospel choir singing. They do kind of an Elvis Presley style music. That will be really fun. I have an impressionistic violinist doing a performance at the Welcome Center, doing all impressionistic music between latter 1800s. What else? I have a classical guitarist doing 400 years of classical guitar music at the Lutheran Church.
Wow.
And on also another addition, Chief Bennett and his beautiful wife, Nicole, will be performing at the Oris.
What time is that?
Everything is that it starts from 12:30 to about 2:15.
And this will all be in the newspaper.
It'll be
right?
all in the newspaper, yes.
Are there flyers around too?
We're
people
getting
can
the
pick up?
flyers. They're being delivered to me, hand delivered to me tomorrow, and that's
Great.
great. Yeah, that's service.
You're so amazing. All you can remember.
Days and time and
On and on and on and on. It's wonderful.
It is.
So hopefully it will just be a grand event for everyone. I tried to make sure there's something for everyone, including a free hot dog.
That's
So,
great. You're a good organizer.
thank you.
Very good.
That really covers the whole weekend.
The whole weekend is covered. We've done an
Wonderful.
extensive advertising campaign. Our goal is about our neighbor, the guy down the street, across the street in Perryville, Chester, Festus, Farmington. We want everybody to come and have a wonderful afternoon or weekend. That is the goal. And make new friends. If you're from here, make another friend in Chester, Farmington,
Yeah, right.
wherever, just make all new friends. And see them every year, because the goal is that they will always come back.
So that's great. You did public radio also to draw
Yes.
from St. Louis and
Mhm.
everywhere?
Well, we've done a lot. We've we've covered a lot in St. Louis. We have several stories written with photos
Great.
in the bi-state area. Several magazine articles written in the bi-state area, including Show Me Missouri, with photos.
That's so great.
So it's really coming along. We've come a long way with this event,
Mhm.
and without question, it is considered to be the number one holiday event in the bi-state area at this point in the southern east region,
Yay,
including the St. Louis
Jen.
area.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was beautiful last year, so
Oh,
it
yeah.
sounds to me like this year is going to be twice as good.
hopefully it will. The goal is to refine it every year and to make it really special, that somebody every year remembers it for the rest of their life, or they love it so much they come back every year for the rest of their life and have a happy and wholesome and fun time. That's the goal.
That's wonderful. I think that's great.
Okay, so the flyers are going to be out
Flyers will be out this weekend.
this weekend.
Mhm. And we have 10,000. So
you
we're
need everybody to help you not get rid of them, to distribute them.
Oh, we'll be
Different
distributing
places.
them, not just in St. Genevieve, but Festus, Farmington, Perryville, Chester, Steelville, Sparta, Illinois, Redbud, Illinois, Belleville, Illinois, South St. Louis, Kirkwood, the Central West End, and Cherokee Street in St. Louis. That's our really specifically designed market.
Well, that's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you live here in town, you can pick up one at the Welcome Center.
The Welcome Center, the Chamber of Commerce, we'll have them distributed all over town, all the restaurants, the grocery store, Roger's Country Store.
Right, in their little,
Oh, and also Annette drops them off at City Hall, because when people pay their water bills and stuff, they can come in and get one.
That's a great idea. The hospital, we'll have some at the hospital this year. The Welcome
That's great.
Center and the, we said that already.
Community.
Community Center and the library. We've covered a really extensive market. We want everyone to be included
Right.
and know that everyone is invited. This is not an exclusive thing, it's an inclusive event.
now how many work on the committee with you?
I have 4 men, and including me, is there 5 women, Marianne, or is it, let's see, I'm trying to think.
Let's
It's
see, Joan, Judy.
Let me figure it out. I can say, I'm the executive director, okay? Okay, under me, we now have titles. We feel like we've incorporated enough to where, and we've progressed enough that we each are treated with designated designed titles.
Right,
Okay. Uh, Teddy Ross will be chairman of outdoor advertising. Jack Dunsey will be chairman of Lions Park festival activities.
Mm-hmm.
Marianne, I make a joke, chairman of local politics. It's so appropriate.
Jeff, watch it.
He's not saying a word.
He's going to say something.
Oh, I know he is. I know he is.
Judy Gustafsson is chairman of public relations and has done an exceptional job helping, and everyone has. Geneva Melcher and Joan Tro both are co-chairs of photography. We're developing a photography department at this stage, and I'll explain that in a few minutes. Teddy Ross, chairman of outdoor, I already said that. Oh, Gary Shield, chairman of local militia, and Al Kaiser is chairman of music theory, and that was his master's in music theory also. Mm-hmm. Everyone is specifically designed, and I've handcrafted and hand-selected each one on this committee for a specific reason, because I think it makes it a cohesive unit, and we need each one's brain to make this work as a whole. Everyone contributes something.
See, she's giving me credit to have a brain.
Yeah, so you aren't just old and
She's
senile.
very special and very funny, too. She's funny. And she is very, very special. Everyone, we want this to work. Everyone has the same goal in mind, to make it a huge success and make it all-inclusive. That is the number one goal, and a happy time for everyone. I'm distracted here.
She's thinking about her date.
Her date.
Her
That's
date,
what she's
yeah.
thinking about.
It's going to be a great time for everyone involved, funny, like you've distracted me. You're funny. You got to tell a joke, Marianne. You're funny.
Well, it's going to be a great weekend. It really is.
I was going to say the photography department. We have decided that at this point, last year, we had almost 4,000 people show up just for the parade. And the music festival is designed to keep these people in town and enjoy our culture.
Right.
Okay? We've designed now a photography department because we want to archive the event from year to year, and that is the goal, to keep everything archived. And so we have 2 co-chairs on the photography department that I will also have. I've recruited a few other photographers in to work under the co-chairs for this special
That's wonderful, isn't
situation. So
You know how to cover everything.
yeah, it's
Yes.
covered.
all
You're
covered.
funny.
Okay, so I think we covered everything now, so we can let Annette go for her
Her
date.
date.
Yes, I have it with my husband.
She had to tell that.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, that's neat. Well, thank you very
That
much.
is
Oh,
great.
you're
Well,
welcome.
thank you
And,
very much for coming.
It's been a pleasure being with all of you, okay? And I see Marianne every week, and I look forward to seeing her again this coming week.
Okay.
Have a happy day, all of
You
you.
too.
Ah.
Thank you, Annette.
No, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, and before we get Jeff talking about his Shop with the Cop program, we'll tell you about the rest of that weekend. We have the Art Guild Christmas Show at the Barnwood and Bedpost on Saturday and Sunday, the 1st and 2nd of December. Saturday it runs from 10 to 4, and we have a reception in the evening from 4 to 6. It's free. We have cider, cookies, and you can come and enjoy the art and mingle with everybody in town that shows up and with the artists and meet the artists who produce the work. On Sunday, the show will continue from 10 to 4. And we also have this painting, which I brought along to show you. You can zoom in on it, Don.
Hey, he's good at that zooming, ain't he?
Wow, look at that. Cool. Okay, this painting was done by Becky Mellinger. She's a local artist, and every year the Art Guild has a contest, and anybody can submit a painting, and then the Art Guild chooses which painting they want to represent the Christmas event.
By votes.
Yes, we vote on it. We vote on 3, and then we get down to 1 finally. So Becky's was chosen. This is her second time, by the way, too. She did a tree one year that was also selected. So this is called the Lagione. So if you want a ticket for a chance to win this beautiful painting. You can pick it up from any art guild member, or you can come to the show, which would even be better, on the 1st and 2nd, and we'll have the tickets there, and we'll draw for this painting at, I think it's at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Yes. Also, we have a silent auction where you can come in and bid on, there's a variety of things. We have artwork, we're probably going to have a few baskets of some type, and this money goes as a scholarship to the an art student that we give every year. We haven't really decided on an amount this year. Previously it was $350, but I think we're talking about raising it, so it's very worthwhile, and we'd be happy if happy for any of you to come and put a bid in on what we have to offer. So anyway, that's that weekend. We hope to see you the weekend of the 1st and 2nd at the Barn Wooden Bedpost. You go through the store and over on the other side where the dime store used to be, Ben Franklin. And that's where we have our art show at. So now we'll let Jeff talk about his Shop for the Cop. Or shop with the cop, not for the cop. Yes. We don't want to shop for him. We're going to shop with him.
They wouldn't let me go in last year.
They wouldn't?
No. A couple of cops thought I was shoplifting.
You are kidding. Jeff, I bet he was one of them, wasn't he?
No, he really wasn't. Or at least I didn't think he was.
Okay, sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
Oh, that's just fine. As you know, it's Christmas time again, and I've been out trying to spread Christmas cheer. I enjoy this time of year, and after last year, I couldn't believe how St. John come together for their community. We're having our 4th annual Shop with the Cop. The first year we had 50 kids, and we raised $2,500. Last year, we raised over $7,000. And with the toy drive, we helped almost 300 kids, or right at 300 kids.
Wow.
So that was a big, big change. And it really brings it out. You
and the way the economy is right now, we should double that.
Yep. Well, last year, East Missouri Action Agency lost their funding, so they couldn't have the Adopt a Family program. At the last minute, the faculty at the school decided to hold one, and they did, and this year they're going to hold another one. So that'll help a lot, and that'll help us all. And we're going to hold a toy drive. After the first year, all my Shop with the Cop kids are from kindergarten to the 5th grade. And of course, when they come down the shop, they had their little brothers and sisters with them, and they didn't get anything.
Oh.
And I didn't have nothing for them, and I vowed that would never happen again. So I started the toy drive. First year, we had about 250 toys donated, and that was to supplement the siblings and anybody that couldn't take shopping. Last year, we had over 700 toys donated.
Oh, my goodness.
So I was telling the gentleman today, I had tables full of toys, and I spent all day taking them off and boxing them up, and I looked back, and that table was full again. I didn't think I'd ever get rid of all them toys. But I'll take twice that many this year. I know people, and people's giving me lists, and I know people can use them. And if you haven't been down there and shop with these kids,
it's wonderful.
It warms your heart. I mean,
yes.
It's like the Grinch when at the end of when his heart warmed up and melted. It's totally different. We have a good time. We have it down at this year. It's going to be December 15th down at Roger's Party Place, and I want to stress that our program is not a sign-up program. The names are selected from a list that's given to me from different organizations in the schools, and I select off of there and what I don't get to take shopping, and it depends on how much cash we raise to how many people we can take and how much we can spend on them. Then I use the toys for that. So nobody goes without. Last year, I don't think there was any kid got less than 4 or 5 toys a piece. I didn't just give one toy to each kid. We had enough. They had a pretty good bunch.
Wow, that is great.
But we have all the kids come down, and I bring them in groups. Santa Claus is there. We take pictures.
They get to eat.
Yes, Country Mart donates donuts, chocolate milk, black milk. We have coffee there for the adults. We had a face painter last year, and I've talked to her, and we're looking to maybe have her again this year. We're hoping to have some live music. That hasn't been confirmed yet, but I'm working on that. And like I said,
Now, this is in the party room?
Yes.
Country Mart?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're going to have them come down. It's from 8 to 11. If anybody needs help, they can contact the school and see if they've got any room left for their adoptive family, or they can call us. They can call the sheriff's department. I'll take their name, and if there's any way I can get them in there, if we need, then I'll try. But like I said, this is not a sign-up program. I have to take my list first, and then we'll divvy up from there. But I want to help as many people as we can. We'll do everything we can to help you if you need it. If I can't help you, then I'll try to direct you someplace that they can help you as well.
Do you need volunteers to help you on that day?
Right now, I'm set pretty good. We have asked a few people that if they want to come help, because, you know, we got more help you got, the faster it goes.
Is, yeah.
And what we're trying to do is promote, let the kids know the community cares for them, and build a rapport with the law enforcement officers, because usually when we go to the house, it's on a bad deal.
Yes.
And, you know, if we have to take their parents away or whatever, they think we're the bad guys. And we're trying to show them that there is another side of us, and we won't bother you if everything's good. And we want to show them that not everybody's bad, but everybody has a bad day. You know, even us, we have bad days. But this is something we want to show that we can do positive for the community. One of the reasons we don't have a sign-up, another reason we don't have a sign-up for Shop with a Cop is because we've got people out there that won't sign up.
Right.
You know, their pride won't let them sign up. So if we pick them, they don't have much of a choice. And we do have some people that tell me when I call them, you know, we'd rather not. And I admire them for that. But we try to pick out the best we can. And like I said, I'll go over to my list, and if the schools are going to help them, then I'll probably take them off my list. That way we can spread.
More.
You can get more.
Get more, as many as we can. Something I am working on, right now all my list comes from right here in St. Genevieve, this area. We've got lots of needy kids in the southern end of the county and the western end of the county that I don't know anything about. So if there's somebody out there listening that knows a family that could use help, feel free to call me.
We got a phone number.
And I'll put them on my list, and if I can help them, I will. If they're not on anybody else's list, then I'll try to do something for them. So that way, you know, we're all St. Genevieveans. And like I said, all the way out to Farmington, you know, the whole county, I want to make sure everybody gets help. And I've contacted a couple of church members out in that end, and they're going to try to work with me as well. So,
Well, I have to stop Jeff for a minute because Jeff got an honor not too long ago from the Rainbow.
yes, it is.
So will you tell us about your honor?
Well, actually, the honor was for the Sheriff's Department. It doesn't have my name on it at all. It was for the Dairy Unit. And what it was is Camp Rainbow. It's a camp for kids with cancer and blood-related diseases. Every year they hold it in June at Babbler State Park. And we have a couple of our kids from St. Genevieve that I didn't know that I'd seen at that camp. And we go up there, usually about 6 of us. We take our dare cards up there, and the kids, that day, it's called Superheroes Day. The firemen are there, county helicopter's there, the SWAT team's there. We take dare cars. A mounted Forest Park police officer was there at his horse year before last, and the kids just get to play. Firemen, they squirt the fire trucks. They get wet. And then they
That's
come,
fun.
And they come and get in the police cars wet.
and then they come and get in the police cars, and we got some officers that said, I'm not letting them in my car wet because I'm not going to sit in a wet seat. We could care less. Some of those kids probably not going to be here for Christmas. And if they enjoy what they're doing, so what?
That's right.
You know, that's the least I can do.
And at summertime, it'll dry out.
Yes. It is. I've had them in there all day long, and I get in. I never noticed my seat even being wet. But it's another one of the
The man
things.
above dries it out for you.
Yep. If you ever experience it, you want to go back. I took Major Jason shot up with me this year, and he's ready to go. He's already called the boss and said, hey, we're going back. That camp was started by two people, a husband and a wife, 25 years ago, and then it just kept growing and kept growing, and they take about 80 kids a year now, and they had their 25th anniversary this year, and they give everybody that's been involved, volunteers and helpers, a congratulatory plaque, and that's what we received.
Well, that's great.
And we really
That is
enjoy
great.
it. This year, I found out, normally Labor Day weekend, you have a telethon that used to go all weekend.
Mhm.
This year it lasted 3 hours. It's on Monday evening. And I thought, what happened to Labor Day? So I called MDA, and I found out they have a camp just like Camp Rainbow, and it was always held at the same location at the end of June for kids that needs help. So I called my partner in St. Louis, and I said, does the Dare Officer Association do something for those kids? She said, we never have. Well, why don't you run with it? So I talked to my boss, and we got, like I said, permission from St. Louis County. We're going to be going to the Musker District Camp with the kids this year.
Oh, how
Oh.
nice.
So we're going to do
That's
that for a day,
wonderful.
and that's going to be held, I can't say where because it's not set in stone yet, but they're going to have about 110 to 115 kids. So,
That's
great.
so our administration, we're gearing up to go spend a few hours with those kids as well.
That's
And
great.
That's super.
I am collecting, 2 years ago, clean candidates down here at the fair have to do community service, and I got a bag full of Beanie Babies. So I thought, those kids, they get candy. We get stickers. But I thought, they're going through a hard time. I could give them something that could be theirs. So I give them a Beanie Baby. I had enough Beanie Babies for every kid at Camp Rainbow. I've already got enough for the next camp. Miss Armbruster donated a whole tub of them.
Those are kind of out of collecting now.
Mhm.
So they're still.
But the
But
kids
boy,
still love them.
Think of how many though, that you used to have to stand in line to
Oh,
get.
Yeah.
right, exactly.
I think I still got Beanie Babies in
And
my
they're
closet.
still really cute.
Yep.
regardless
And the kids
if
love
they're
'em.
collectible or not.
Oh, yes.
So if anybody's got any Beanie Babies they'd like to get rid of, they'd be
Just
glad to
call
take
the
them from you.
sheriff's
Call.
department.
I'll come and get them because we're going to collect them for the MDA camp as well. And
I think I've got some in my closet. I'll have to check.
but that's some of the stuff I enjoy doing.
That's a wonderful service.
Working with the kids and like I said, the least I can do. They're going through a hard times, and whether it's Christmas time, and like I said, we've got families that make it all year long, just make it. Then at Christmas time, you got Christmas, you got Thanksgiving, you got all taxes coming due
Yes.
and everything, and that's usually about the time your icebox quits or
Yeah.
your car breaks down,
Something
and people
happened.
just need a little help, and that's my whole thing. I don't want to belittle anybody. I just want to help them, and if they can accept our help, we'll be there to help them.
If
That's such a
anybody's
wonderful-
got any questions or wants to call in and ask anything, give us a call. Our phone, I think, is working.
I think it is. We'll check it. See if
Now,
it
where
goes.
is this camp located, the first one you were talking about?
Yeah.
It's
working,
in Battler
so
State
call
Park.
on in.
It's in Wildwood, Missouri. It's outside of
Wildwood,
Eureka.
Missouri, okay.
Yes. And when they set up their camps, there's doctors on staff that stay there. They make a temporary hospital, so that way if something happens to them, they're right there. They've got a helicopter pad set up. They can land helicopters
gosh.
there. It's like a little mini hospital. And you would never know that there's anything wrong with them kids if you didn't see, some
If
of
you
them.
didn't know all the medical
That's
things
right.
there, yeah.
They run and jump and dance, and they just have a wonderful time. It's
And
just
how long does the camp last?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
They have a
Oh,
day
that's
camp.
great, isn't
Yeah,
it?
they have a day camp, and then they have some of them that actually stays overnight.
Oh,
But
how-
you have to be 4 years old or older to be able to stay at the camp. And we had a little girl last year. She was the youngest one there. She was 4 years old, and she climbed up in Major Shot's truck, climbed up in the back seat, and she got right in the middle. And the first thing she did, as soon as she squared up, she buckled herself in. And when she got in my car, or she got in the front seat of his truck, she never buckled herself in because she knows she normally doesn't ride. But when she got in the back seat where she's supposed to ride, she buckled herself in automatically.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
I thought
gosh.
that was pretty cool.
That's great, yeah.
For that age.
Yes,
Oh,
4
yeah.
years old.
Most kids know that nowadays, that they buckle the minute they get in the car.
I know some older people that don't buckle. They
Oh, I do
still
too.
don't.
Yeah.
I know,
do
I have
too.
my grandchildren say, buckle up.
It does save lives.
Yeah. My granddaughter told me when this was, well, years ago, you didn't have to. You could put a child in the front seat.
Uh-huh.
How many kids did you go
babies-
like this?
Yeah. When you both are on the bridge, you go.
Throw your arms out.
And she'd say, Grandma, we're not supposed to go anyplace until you click it. And I thought, click it? Well, then I knew what
What
she
you were
meant.
talking
You had to buckle up.
Yeah, we were laughing about that the other day, how many times we threw our arms back when we
Well, yeah.
when we had kids.
And kids, nowadays, they have to be in a certain kind of seat.
Facing a
Good
certain way.
Lord, think of how many times you had 4 and 5 kids in the back seat. They were all running wild and, oh,
I
man.
know. It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I can remember having my little one right here.
Oh, yeah.
They
Back seat
stand
here,
right
and they were
behind you.
standing right behind me in the back seat. And you've never thought about it. I mean, you know,
Yep, just took it, it was something you took for granted.
Well,
You
there were
didn't
no
need-
seat belts.
No seat belts, no seats for kids that were strapped in. They were in front, on Mama's lap.
Which was really dangerous.
Yep,
but it's a habit you get into when you get a kid. I take my dog and I've got him on the seat. I'll stop suddenly. I'll go like this, you know. It's the dog.
It's a living habit, huh? It never leaves.
oh,
I was thinking about him, poor thing. I need to put him on a seatbelt because that one day he went on the floor.
so Jeff, when did you kick off your shopper with COP?
The first day of November.
First day of November.
We've received a few donations. We're doing pretty good so far. I've took letters to all the people that
Donated
helped us out last year. And if there's anybody that would like to donate, just contact me. If you'd like to donate toys, we've got toys, boxes set up. I'm not sure if we'll have some. I'd like to have some in our vehicles for the Christmas parade. Don't know about that yet, but there is some around town. But if you've got toys to donate or something you'd like me to pick up, I'd be more than glad to contact Sheriff's Office, not come by and pick them up. We thank everybody for being so generous and that is willing to help us. Like I said, it seems like a lot of work at times, but when you get the kids together, you realize what
It's
this is all about.
rewarding, yes.
And this job, I was lucky enough that my boss allows me to do this, and he's loosened the reins a little bit, and we're spreading out. And it's the best thing. I look forward to coming to work every day. And, you know, we have bad days, but, you know, I look at all the good days, it makes up for it. But when you see these kids, whether it's at Camp Rainbow or MDA, it makes you cherish your kids a little more. And I want people to know that, you know, St. Genevieve is a giving county. And a lot of people doesn't even know about Camp Rainbow or the MBA camp. But when I seen some of our residents up there, this one little boy comes to me every time I show my car, I'll be in town, Officer Jeff. And I always got suckers for him. I said, you want a mud-flavored sucker? Oh, yeah. and,
I know you gave me a mud flicker sucker.
and the kids around here just love them. I even had some grasshopper flavored ones that I got this summer. It got so dry we couldn't get mud. We used grasshoppers. So, but they love them. And I give them stickers, and they may have a ton of them stickers, but it's just like you hand them a brand new penny,
Yeah.
you know. And this last year when I was up at Camp Rainbow, this little boy came running to me, Officer Jeff, and my mouth kind of flew open because I had no idea
Yeah.
that this little boy was sick. And then the Womack boy,
Yes.
Keegan,
Yes.
Camp Rainbow has been to the hospitals and seen him and helped him, and he's just now getting old enough that he'll be able to go to the day camp. Because I asked him if he'd been to Camp Rainbow, and they said that those people come to the hospital and seen him and done stuff with him. But it's either this year or next year he'll be old enough to go.
He'll be old enough to go to it.
So I ain't looking forward to seeing him up there, but I know he'll have fun, and we'll have a good time. And I hope he gets to make it up there. We had a little girl in Cape Girardeau that we really looked forward to seeing her up there last year, and she didn't make it. She passed away before she got a chance to go. And
Oh.
she was one of our police officers at Cape Girardeau as his little girl. And that's pretty tough.
That is very much.
Now, have you got your boxes out for the toys already? In the
Yes, I do.
stores?
I got them out, and if there's any place that wants to put a box up that hasn't got one, just call me and we'll get you some flyers and set you
Where
up.
do you have them at now?
We've got them, they're at Bloomsdale Banks, all locations. They're at Bob Oaks Insurance, they're at Alco, their dollar store, the Country Mart's at the bank location. Sylvanus down here has them. Casey's. You could drop toys off there, or if you shop there and you want to leave your change, they take the change you've been buying toys. They probably bought $500 or $600 worth of toys last year.
Oh my God.
With the change.
With the change, really?
Yes. They've
Well,
already
that's a
collected
good
over
idea.
$200.
Oh, for
And it's
crying
only been doing it for a week.
Isn't that a great project?
That is.
So I
That's
think Casey's
terrific.
very much, they really
And
help
who
us
would
out.
know all that stuff if it wasn't for Jeff?
Probably nobody. And that's a shame. I mean, I ought to get other people involved, but
It's so wonderful.
I just don't take time to get other people involved, and I really should, because something happened to me, I don't know who would
Well,
take it over.
that's right, that's right.
But we've got some more staff that's getting more interested in this, and probably next year, probably big enough how to divvy up, just like the young lady here. You put people in charge of
That's
stuff.
right.
And then you wouldn't
And
be
it
so
makes your
overwhelmed.
life easier.
Yes, but it's not a burden to me.
I know, but it just does. It just makes your life easier.
As long as it goes, and I know I can control it and make it go smooth, I don't mind doing it at all. That way I know it's going to go smooth. I'd hate to turn it over to somebody else and something go wrong and then screw it up for everybody. You know,
Yep.
I tell people the money's going to be spent here in the county. I tell people it's going to go to kids here in the county, and that's what I mean. Because I know that if it went to someplace else,
It would be
I
too
wouldn't
bad.
get anything.
Right.
Yeah.
and I make a promise to them, and I tend to keep that promise.
Well, you're doing a darn good job.
Thank you.
Very good job. And I know
Yeah.
all the
And
kids appreciate it.
I don't do it by myself. I mean, it looks like I'm just the head of it. There's a whole lot of people
It
behind the
takes a
scenes.
community.
Yes, and
Yes,
that's
it does.
and that's what St. Francis County.
Got a phone call.
Good evening and welcome, Pat.
Hi.
How are you?
A caller ID, huh?
All right on. We have caller
How do
ID
we go
also.
about making a cash donation for Jeff's cause here?
You can make a check out to the Sheriff's Department under Shop with a Cop, and you can mail it to us at number 5 Basler Drive, St. Genevieve, Missouri, or you can call me and I can come by and pick it up. It's however you'd like. We thank you very much if you'd like to
All
do that.
righty, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
You're welcome.
Say that again,
You have
the
good
address.
All right,
Number what?
number 5 Basler Drive.
He said faster. Yeah.
I'm not from St. Genevieve, so
Right,
I'm
we
still
don't
learning how to
know
talk.
the same.
Don't
I
feel so
thought-
bad. I knew that too.
Now, he's gonna say Basler.
So anybody out there that would like to join Pat in making a cash donation can send it to 5 Bosler Drive in the Sheriff's Department and specify Shop with a Cop.
Yes,
Or you can call at the Sheriff's Department and ask for Jeff to come pick it up.
yes, I'd be glad to do it.
So the phone does work.
Yes, it does. I'm glad
Good
to
old,
see that.
good Pat. I was gonna
She
say,
always
good
calls.
old Pat. No, we shouldn't.
She's not
say.
old Pat.
She's not old Pat. She's young Pat.
She's our favorite buddy.
So now this
Yeah.
starts the November 14th? I mean,
The Shop with a Cop will be held December 15th.
December 15th is going to be at the Country Mart.
Yes. We are planning on collecting toys till December 7th. And like I said, anybody that attends the parade, if they want to contact me, if they want to bring toys with them, I'll be glad to meet them someplace, or we'll try to have a box someplace. But the reason I put December 7th is that way we got the extra week
See what you
to
don't
get everything
have
lined
that
out.
you can get.
So we can get everything, we'll know what kids is doing what, so I can get everything all divvied up and ready to go on December 15th.
Well, I went out there last year, and it was unbelievable. Jeff had it so organized, and I thought, good Lord. And it's something.
We are going to have Santa Claus there this year, and the only difference we're going to change in him is I took pictures of every kid, or somebody did, of every kid with Santa Claus. And the attempt was, or the idea behind it was, I'd print those out. Just come to the sheriff's office and pick out your kid, and I would print them out for you. We had one person show up. So this year, we're still going to have pictures, but I'm not going to take pictures with Santa unless you don't have a camera. And then if you want your pictures taken and want to come get them, we'll be glad to take your pictures, and I'll print them off at the sheriff's office. Or you can bring your own camera or your cell phone, and you can take your own
And take
pictures.
it yourself.
Take it yourself.
And that way you're not going to have.
But I don't need pictures of every
No.
kid. I mean, I love them, but I don't know what, after 3 or 4 years, I got a pretty good file of Christmas pictures. I don't know their names.
Spread them out on the
You
table
could
and
save
pick them
Gary
up.
some money out there and wallpaper a room in it.
Yeah.
That would work.
See, it'll work.
And then he could donate that money to Shop with a Cop.
That's right.
I started out, when I started in this business, I used to have a brag book. All the pictures like that, I put them in a book. And then I go someplace, I'd show it to them. But my book got about that thick, and I just stopped.
Oh my gosh.
Then the digital age come out. Now I got CDs stacked up that high with pictures in them. So
Picture taking mania.
that's why I call it brag book. I mean, I just
What you
love.
have to do is put your book out there this year and tell them, pick out your picture.
Oh.
You can take it home with you.
But we do. The kids do get to shop at Dollar Store and Alco, and they get about a 20% increase in what we give them. Alco gives us a discount, and then Dollar Store gives us a discount. So they're 50 or 65, whatever they're given, goes a little further
Right.
because of the
Yeah,
discount.
and that helps.
Yes, and in
Do you
Alco
shop
and the
just
Dollar
in the-
Store are just splitting into seams to help us. The corporate manager, Laurie Heberly, and Mr. Volkman down at Alco would just bends over backwards to help us. And
Well, last year I thought it was wonderful because there was 2 little boys, and they were in Alco, and the one bought so much for himself, and then he said, I'm trying to think, he had a little sister and a little brother, and he bought them each something.
But that
Because
was
they
sweet.
weren't with him, but he said he would use what he had left to buy that, so he could give them a present.
Oh, how
And
sweet.
that's sweet.
something that we run into year before last, and we've corrected that problem, is we had one little boy buy his $50 worth of groceries. He bought
Oh.
Tupperware containers, Reynolds wrap, and groceries.
Oh.
And we didn't want that to happen anymore. So there's 4 or 5 of us went together and collected some money, and we went and bought him some toys and delivered them straight to his house. So we do have avenues now that if our shoppers see this, I don't care if they buy soda, cookies, snacks, or something like that, but it looks like they're shopping for groceries. We have one of our staff that helps us very much in a church, and she brings stuff with her in a car and says if we need it, it's there, and then her church helps us out too. So if we find out that family needs help other than toys, we make sure they get some food items and whatever it is too. And we've got that avenue set up too, and that helps out a lot. It was sad for us. I mean, if they need the food, we got the food. He doesn't have to spend his money on that. So
Are these people aware that there's St. Vincent de Paul and I think the Presbyterian Church helps
yes,
with food also?
we the people that we help are not aware of that. We try to tell them, but a lot of them already know when they sign up. I had a meeting today with the community forum, and a representative from St. Vincent de Paul was there, and we told them what we do too. So if there's some way, like I said, if there's some way that I can't help them, then I'll refer them to either the school program or St. Vincent de Paul or any other. Hope Church is really good about helping too, so.
Yes, and that reminds
Right.
me,
Okay.
everybody put your bag out for
For the
scouts
Yep,
Saturday morning. And this year, I didn't notice it last year, but this year they've got all the stuff that they would like to see in there. And it's canned vegetables, canned fruit, peanut butter, canned meats, stews.
But in plastic jars.
Yeah, and nothing in glass because they can't take it. And be sure you set it out Saturday morning.
I got my little bag on the table and
Yeah, I
I'm
got
putting
mine
things
ready,
in it.
yeah.
As I'm going through the cupboards, I'm putting things in.
Yeah.
That way I know I'm gonna have it ready.
Yeah, and that helps the pantry. Doesn't the scouts, Jeff, don't they give so much to each food pantry?
yes.
I thought they did.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, so I'll have mine out. That is for sure.
Yeah, those little guys were running all over town.
Oh,
the
Lord.
other day.
They were Saturday, they were everywhere.
The one little kid was up in our neighborhood, and I didn't really see an adult with him, and he was like, ran across the street, and ran in somebody's yard, and I was thinking, okay, who's watching him?
But you know what, when
Well,
I
I'm
was
sure somebody
involved
was.
with scouting, and we had to do stuff on a block, we were told that you go down this way, and you go to the corner, and you cross
Cross-
over, and then
Come
come
back
back
and
up. These kids, I
They just
don't
go
know what
everywhere.
they're doing, but they're going back and forth.
Yeah, they
That's
go everywhere.
dangerous, they
It
shouldn't
is.
do that.
Right.
So
Yeah,
if
that's
they
a-
would like me to tell them how to,
Just call Mary
just
Ann.
call me, and I
Call
will.
Mary Ann
I
at
will protect them.
7675, and she will tell you how to run it. You hear that, all you scout people out there?
Old timers know how to do that.
Yeah, the old timers.
Well, they
Oh.
get distracted, they get tunnel vision, and it's real easy to run out in front of a car.
Yeah,
it
and it's
is.
easy for, they don't,
They're excited, it's the same thing on Halloween, you gotta watch the kids, and they run.
oh, we had our Halloween party here at Channel 98, and I'm not a chicken about things, I'm really not, but when I went out to get my car to go home, I was never so glad to see my driveway to my house, because I kept thinking, there was kids everywhere, and I thought, oh, don't get off the sidewalk, please.
Don't run out in front of
Yeah.
me. I thought about that too,
Yeah,
because
that would be a big tragedy.
Oh, that would be horrible.
yeah, you really have to watch for the little ones.
Well, Jeff, it's a good thing we got you to do this.
It is. It's
Well,
a
I appreciate
wonderful,
you guys
wonderful
having me.
project. Yeah.
And if we can help you with anything on it, you just let us know.
I'll take you up on it.
Okay?
You got enough help out there.
If you,
Okay, if
if
not,
you
call me.
need something in particular, you got, our show is coming up with on the
On the
28th. Let us know what
Okay.
you're needing,
Okay.
and we'll
One-
make sure that it's on the.
You come
on the
in and
program.
tell us.
Okay. One thing I'd like to add is a lot of people ask, what age group do you need this to buy it for?
Okay,
I
yeah.
tell people 10 to 12. Generally it's 12 and down, but a lot of people, when they think kids, they think 5 and down, so they buy little stuff.
Oh,
And then we start separating it out to give the teenager stuff, the older kids, we don't have anything for them.
Yeah,
So stuff that you can get for 10 to 12-year-olds, I can use for little ones too.
yeah,
Basketballs, the Zebco fishing poles. A lot of people don't even think about fishing poles, or footballs, or games for that, checkers, that game for that age group.
yes.
Because I can take that same basketball or fishing pole and give it to a
Give it
5-year-old.
to a little one,
And
yes.
still be the same thing. So that's the hardest part to shop for. And when I seen the toys the first year, that was the hardest part to give to.
Yeah.
Is the 10, 11, and 12-year-old boys and girls. Because the 12-year-old girl, she's starting to get into the makeup and different things,
And fingernail polish and,
watches.
Oh, watch-
You can
oh,
buy
yes.
cheap watches. A decent watch for $10, $5, $10. That can go from 8 to 12 years old. Same thing, boys and girls. I don't have any little ones, so we don't want any cell phones, any cards, any gift cards. We don't want any. gift cards, we have no use for them.
Yeah.
If we give them to the kids, we have no way of knowing what they buy. There is a restriction. We do have a restriction on Shop at the Cop. They can not buy certain things, such as web cameras, knives, any kind of weapons, no videos or games above their age. We want everybody to be safe and not have any problems. I had, for San Francisco County, I had a little girl, 14 years old, wanted a web camera. And I thought, I don't think so. And they said, well, what would she do with it? I said, I don't even want to
You don't even
take
know.
that chance.
Yeah.
Because once something bad goes wrong, it's too late.
Mhm.
So they can't buy any computer stuff. And like I said, no cell phones, no cards, because I know all these kids, they all want cell phones, and a lot of them turns out to be trouble. But once that prepaid card runs out, they'll probably never get enough money to get another one, then they got a phone line.
Yeah.
So I don't want that. So we try to let them buy just about what they want. We encourage, when I get the slips back, I have the parents write the sizes down of the kids, what they wear. We try to encourage them to get at least one clothing item, shoes, shirt, coat, hat, gloves, then go spend some on toys.
Yeah.
Because if they get $50, they can spend $25 on a coat and still have $25 to buy
Oh,
toys
yeah.
with. And like I said, they get that another $10 or $15 in bonuses, so they can still do that. And that's what I try to encourage our guys or anybody that shops with the kids, and it helps out a lot. And I ask the community leaders to help because we have officers, but a lot of our male officers have no clue how to shop for little girls or little kids and stuff.
Right.
Well, some of them don't even have a family. Or,
Right.
Yeah, and
and
they have no idea what is.
my little
what's
girl's
good.
26 years old, and I don't have
I
it's
wouldn't,
been a long time since I shopped for a little girl. So.
I wouldn't know what to buy for a little girl nowadays. Really.
I wouldn't know what to buy for any kind of kid anymore.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
like-
that's true. Yeah.
Well, the everything has changed so much. They've gone so electronic.
Oh,
and
yes.
Your concept of your toys that you used to have is completely different from what they have now.
Right.
So you don't really know, because I've got grandchildren, I have no idea what to get for them.
None.
And that's why there's so many gift cards out there. But like I said, we don't want them because we can't control it. And everything they do buy at the Shop with the Cop and all the toys that we give out, all the barcodes are marked. They can't take nothing back. But we fixed it that way. We don't want
One of
people
them
to take it back.
buying their stuff, and then the minute they're gone, go in and buy your video.
That's why if they buy clothing, they got to try it on, and we want people there to know if it fits or not. If you took one out and you dressed her out, well, yeah, that's the right size, and then we know, and then they can't bring it back.
Well, if you have any more trouble with anything, Jeff, give us a call, and we'll have you back on.
Thank you very
And
much.
Now, Iris, you tell us what's coming up.
Okay, well, I think Annette probably covered pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the Shop with the Cop starts December the 15th, which is probably a good timing before Christmas. And
And the deadline is the 7th.
That's for the toys,
For the
yes.
toys, the deadline's the 7th, right? Excuse me. We have the Holiday Christmas Festival. I think the name changed, but I
Yes.
like that they got Christmas in it
It
again.
used to be Christmas
Christmas
Walk.
Walk, and then it went Christmas Holiday, something or another. And I'm
Holiday.
glad they got Christmas in it
Yes.
now, because that's what it needs to be. Annette Roth gave us the outline on it. Would you talk? My throat's kind of,
Okay.
or you talk, we don't
She
know.
gave us the rundown of everything that was coming up, and she invited everybody to town. She has a wonderful program, and that Friday night, they're going to have the variety show up at the New Art Center up at St. Jen. And so then, when's our next show coming on?
On the
28th.
28th.
On the 28th, and we're going to try to get
Maybe
somebody from the hospital and somebody from the Women's Club, because they're both having bake sales
Right.
and stuff for the Christmas walk.
That'll be on the weekend of that.
Yeah, it'll be on
Second,
that
first and
Saturday of the Christmas walk. I think it's the first. And the Women's Club will be out at Country Mart, and they'll be having their bake sale from 8 o'clock until it's sold out. And then the
What day
hospital
is that?
On the
on
first,
Saturday.
the first.
The first.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And then that December 1st, the hospital auxiliary is going to have their Noel table down at Tlapic's real estate
Oh,
office.
really?
And that goes from 8 o'clock until they're sold out too.
Okay.
And then they have a raffle. I think it's 15 gifts in the raffle. And you can pick up, when you take
pick
a
what you want.
chance, you pick what gift you want, and you put the number down on it, and then they put it in a bin for it. So that's going to be neat.
That will.
So that's coming up on the 28th. No,
No, at first, isn't it?
20
Oh. Is it before the Christmas walk?
yeah.
Is it? Oh, I don't know.
It's
the date
on
yet.
our next program that we'll have the people here. So that'll be November the 28th.
28.
Yeah.
We'll have them here.
So
Then
and
it
then and in December, do we have anything planned?
Not yet. No.
Not yet. So if you would like to be on our show, which is fun, right, Jeff?
Just give us a call.
Come on, Jeff, be perfect so people know it.
You can repeat all that.
And if anybody would like to be on our December, we have 2 shows, and if anybody would want to be on it to plug something, just give us a call.
Or if any of you young kids out there want to come in and sing or do
Yeah, do any kind of anything. Just
performance,
call, yeah,
that
just
would be
call and
great
let us
also.
know.
we had the karate guys
Yes.
up on the table one night displaying
That's
or
right.
giving
How to
their
do
karate.
karate.
chops. Yeah.
And if any of you would like to come and sing some Christmas songs to cheer people out during the holidays, fine. Come in on the show. We'd love to have it.
Yeah, if there's any groups out, that would
Yes.
be nice too. Okay.
It would be really nice.
Yeah.
And then we have the Art Guild Christmas show, which is at the Barnwood on that weekend.
Yeah.
The first and second. Yeah.
The second and
First and
Saturday,
second.
yeah, first and second. I was going to say Saturday and Sunday. And our reception is Saturday from 4 to 6.
And then we want everyone to have a wonderful Turkey Day.
Yes, and don't get too much turkey and go to sleep all day.
That's a wife's tale.
And
Oh, that's a wise tale.
Yeah, I
No,
think
there's
so.
something in turkey that makes you sleepy.
And they are still having the art walk, the 23rd of November.
Yes, they are.
The art walk will still be going.
And there's a painting, I can't hardly talk. There's a painting that's given away every fourth Friday. And what you do is buy a ticket for $5, and then you have it stamped in 6 places that you visit. And then you turn it in, and then they're drawn. So anybody out there that would like to have a painting for $5, take a chance on one. That's a good thing to do, and you get to see the art at everybody's studio also.
Oh,
So
very
you
good.
visit 6 studios, and you get that.
And they can't complain about it being hot.
No, because it's going to be a little chilly.
So we do have something going on quite.
Right.
It's like I always say, there's always
Something
something to
in
do
St.
in St. Genevieve.
Right.
And since it is the fourth Friday, they still have the refreshments also. So,
Very
good night,
good.
everyone.
Night.
I think we talked ourselves right. Well,
Well, we
maybe
did.
not, maybe not.
We
That
always
one
do.
time we did.
Oh, I know. Look for our live show,
Wednesday,
November 28th.
28th.
We
live
always
at
talk
7.
ourselves.
I know it.
We're always talking when he signs us off.
Oh, well,
Turned up where you could hear it.
Yeah, but then it would
it feedback.
feed back,
yeah.
yeah.
Like the phone did, like it does.
Our twin used to say, Mary Ann, move back from the radio. Bless his heart.
You said you have somebody that's going to face paint.
Yes. And when you ask for volunteers, I can always use help, but I didn't want everybody's parents to show up down there. I didn't want 500 people to show up to help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We can always use help. I don't want, people tell me I won't come down, Some of them show up for a few minutes, some of them show up full time.
you're a
I just
painter.
didn't want